So this is going to be my statement about Donald Trump because I get into so many discussions with people on Twitter about politics, about philosophy, about all sorts of things. And inevitably, everybody always talks about Donald Trump and MAGA and all of that. And I've always written it off as being not that big of a deal. I mean, everybody's got their thing, their tick, so to speak. And I've always thought different and I've always been different and I'm cool with that. I mean, that's me. That's my normal. But I've had some surprises lately. I've had some things that have fundamentally shaken my perspective of normal. And I don't think I have any choice anymore but to start to actually share what I really think, because I know that I have a different perspective on things, and I'm not telling you what to think. I don't care what you think, but I do care about why you think what you think. And I know that's probably crazy to most people, and that's just the way that I'm wired. The point is that we all make better decisions if we have better information. And I've always been gifted. I've always been different. It is what it is. I'm not bragging in any way, shape, or form. Believe me, it's a burden. It's a huge burden. So, but it's my normal. It is what it is. So it's what I do. It's how I operate. And as I'm going along this plane in life, there are things that I've taken for granted, that truth is truth and that people are objective. But I've learned that's not the case. So, for example, in 2015, before Donald Trump became president, I remember Stephen Colbert on The Daily Show encouraging Donald Trump to do that. I also remember skinny chick with the blonde hair, Ann Coulter. I remember her being on Bill Maher's program, I think, and predicting that Donald Trump would be president, and everybody laughed at her. And then I saw everybody become freaked out when Donald Trump became president. So, and none of this means anything. I'm just telling you where I've been, what I think. I met Donald Trump once. I met him in 1989 in the summer at Trump Tower. I did it just to prove to everybody else when I was there that I didn't care. So I went up, and there were some people. I was at Trump Tower. He was coming in. He has security around him. I was a scrawny 17-year-old kid. And so I got to shake his hand and said I really liked this tower, and that was that. Um, and I saw some of the Apprentice episodes and everything. And um, here's the thing. So I warned my family about Donald Trump before he was even elected, and I'll tell you why. I said, Donald Trump is a populist, and I don't trust populists because populists tend to say whatever the crowd wants, and they don't have a central core. And I heard people talk about how Donald Trump was the new Ronald Reagan. And I said, he's not Reagan, because with Reagan, Reagan had one thing and one thing only. Even though he was an actor and he could play any part, Reagan had one thing: commies bad. That was it. No matter anything else, whatever the situation was, whether it was school lunches or dresses for the military or whatever, it didn't matter. Commies bad. That's what Reagan stood for. And you knew that. That was it. So there was a certain dependability there. Trump didn't have that at all. And I don't understand at all everything that happened with the whole 2020 election, but it was all bullshit. And there's none of us that know the actual truth. I guarantee it. Not yet. Um, what else do I need to say? about Donald Trump. See, here's the thing. Donald Trump is one of two things. There are some people that think he's fucking James Bond, okay? So for the people that think he's James Bond, you are the loony right in the same way that AOC is the loony left, okay? He's not James Bond. He didn't do this on his own. There's no fucking way. Period. That's it. Love his policies. That's not him. Donald Trump is one of two things. Donald Trump is either an actor, and he is a very good actor. I mean, by nature, he is a good actor. He had I mean, I was never a huge The Apprentice guy, but I know that it was like always a top show on top performer on NBC. So, okay, the guy knows how to act. He knows how to promote himself, and he's from New York. He hung out with Jewish, like, land sharks or something. I don't know what it was, but I mean, he hung out with hard people. He had a hard dad. He had a hard life. There are challenges that we don't understand, and I'm saying this as a kid whose grandfather quit school because he couldn't afford shoes, and I had a dad that was a art teacher in public school and a mom that didn't work, and I wouldn't trade my childhood for anything in the world because it allows me to straddle these different worlds. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. My entire life, I've straddled two different worlds. And if we don't stop wherever the US is headed right now, whether you're left or right, I don't care. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you, if we don't slow this boat down, it goes nowhere but bad. And by bad, I suggest everybody look up any video about the French Revolution because that's where we're headed. The French Revolution. Why do I know that? Because I'm adopted. And because I adopted French as my heritage, I started in fifth grade. I'm 50 now. It's been a minute, okay? French was always part of my life. The French Revolution is a big deal. It came after the American Revolution. There are so many similarities with what's going on right now, and people are oblivious to it, and I'm not. And so, this is the tour bus on the field trip to the Soylent Green factory that I'm trying to figure out how to get off of. That's why I look at this stuff the way that I do. There is some bad stuff going on right now. And I don't know how to, I mean, until the American people realize that they're going to have to unite around somebody that nobody likes, but everybody trusts, there's nothing I can do to help them. I mean, if you want to unite around me, cool, but that ain't going to happen.